जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर नतमस्तक होके प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। हमारे दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। हम सभी प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी कृपा करें और आप हमारे हृदय में विराजिए। कृपा करें और आप हमें आत्मस्वरूप बनाइए। अब हम संतुलन के लिए अपने दाएं हाथ को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे और बाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर। प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और आप हमें शुद्ध विद्या और शुद्ध इच्छा प्रदान करें। अब हम अपने दाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर और बाएं हाथ को उठाकर आकाश की ओर करेंगे। प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और आप हमारे चित्त को प्रकाशित करें। कृपा कर आप हमारे चित्त को आपके श्री चरणों पर सदैव समर्पित रखें। अब हम दोनों हाथों को श्री माता जी की ओर और चित्त को सहस्त्रार पर रखेंगे। प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और आप हमारे सहस्त्रार पर विराजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और आप हमें आपके भक्ति, शक्ति, प्रेम का आनंद प्रदान करें। अब हम इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को आत्मसात करेंगे।
Today we have decided to have Krishna Puja because America is the Krishna Bhumi. It's very surprising that such a great incarnation of Sri Krishna came even much later than Rama and has sent his special people to live in America. Of course, there are many who are seeking in this country, no doubt. But there are many who are also misleading them. That's how you find, despite all our effort, we have not been able to expand Sahaja Yoga very much. What one has to learn from his life is very, very important. The first and foremost thing he taught was collectivity. He used to get hold of small boys and play with them together. Rama didn't do that. He used to get hold of ladies who were selling milk and also butter. Those who used to go to fill their water in the pitcher. He is the one who collected all such people in the village of Gokul. He played all kinds of pranks on his friends and his mother and the mother's friends. Behaved just like a very naughty child, just to show that he was just like all of us. As you know, he was the incarnation of Sri Vishnu. First, Sri Rama was born, took incarnation as Sri Rama, which was in the Aryan race. Means that time we had an Aryan race which was sort of superior race than others. But when he came as Krishna, he took his birth in Yadav dynasty, we can call it. They were not superior, they were selling milk, having cow herds, and doing work not of any religious style. But they were innocent, simple people living in the villages, and they saw the great miracles of Sri Krishna's childhood. He killed demons, he killed Putna. All these people were sent by his uncle Kamsa to kill him. It was to be, because he had to prove that he was the incarnation of Sri Vishnu, and he did it. As a child, how he killed those people is remarkable. And how he made them out, though they were all camouflaged. In these modern times, difficult for people to believe that there could have been any incarnation like Sri Krishna. But in Sahaja, we have method of absolutely establishing the truth that Sri Krishna was there ruling on the Vishuddhi Chakra. From his childhood you can see he was fond of collectivity. And he tried to create collectivity of people who were very simple, uneducated, good-hearted people. And that is his special quality. And all the people of that village knew him very well, all cared for him, and when he had to go, they felt very sad and all of them came running and crying for him. It was a small boy who was going. After all, what is there? A little boy from the village is going. The whole village had gathered to cry for him. That is what we all Sahajogis have to know. As a child also, he was a very collective personality. He actually emits collectiveness. The collective consciousness that you enjoy is because of his blessing. I find that Americans are very collective in the sense they are more bothered about other countries than about their own. They want to go all the way to Vietnam, now to Iraq, now to some other place, going all over the world. They try to correct. But their own country, they do not see what's wrong. It's so divided. Mainly divided on race, racial discrimination, is divided by religions, and all of these are just concepts which they have accepted and are fighting among themselves. Now, after all these, there are people who believe they are born criminals and they should be criminals. And their criminality is going very far. They are gangsters. Even small children have become gangsters. But the worst part is that these little boys also, including others, all these criminals, are regarded as big heroes. I have seen once a young boy wearing a shirt with another young boy's photograph on it. So he told me, I said, who is this? You don't know? Very famous gangster is. At the age of 13 years, he's a very famous gangster, and this boy is very proudly putting up that like a big hero, or you can call it like a god there. So see the perversion to what limit Sri Krishna's blessings have been used. That's why this country is very different. One after another, there has been attack of negativity. For example, first thing started by Christians who said that Jews killed Christ. It's not true, He was never killed by Jews. Christ was killed by Jews is a false statement. Absolutely. Christ was not killed by Jews. How can a multitude kill a man? It's the law there. The Romans, or we can call the Roman law, crucified. So the Christians started nicely torturing the Jews because Christ was killed. I don't know how to explain this. Such absurd idea. Now somebody was killed so many years back, and now what's the use of killing some grandchildren of those people or great-grandchildren of those people? But they did not. The Jews did not. Still, this concept was there that the Jews killed, and the Christians felt they have a right to torture the Jews. So when the Jews came here, they were never given a good position, they were tortured very much and troubled very much. It happened everywhere, but very much more here. So among Jews now came out some devils, like Freud. And he said, all right, we must shatter these Christians absolutely. Their moral roots must be finished. So he started his own psychology to destroy the Christians. And Christians stupidly accepted. They did whatever he said, experimented whatever he did. When I was once in Switzerland, two girls came and they were shaking in the program. I couldn't understand. I called them, I said, why are you shaking? So they said that actually we are very much degree holders in Freudian knowledge. And we have done all experiments of Freud. And then why are you shaking? Because we have power to shake. So they followed this Freud. And this vindictiveness that was there was not seen by anyone, even by Jews. As a result, we had people who were deadly against each other and ruining each other, destroying each other. Then this black and white business started. All kinds of theories people are putting up to show that the blacks are bad or the whites are bad. The difference is only skin deep. If you want, you can cut the skin and see for yourself. Inside body is the same. But it was so. This divisive method started. And it's still going on. I always say, without blacks, Americans will be left high and dry. Look at the talent they have. Not only music. Atlanta, I saw all the blacks were winning and whites were not anywhere. Very nicely. They used to run very swiftly at the end of it, you see. And all the whites were saying, ha, ha, ha. They were nicely enjoying their victory. You don't have the stamina of the blacks also. So in games also, same thing. With all this, what is going to happen to America? It's a country which has to be collective because of Sri Krishna. All of them are immigrants here. Who is not an immigrant? Whether they came early or later doesn't matter. Thank God I've told you many times that Columbus lost his way and came here, not to India. Otherwise there would have been no Indians left and no Sahaja. I think it was the trick of Hanumana. He misled him and Columbus came here, thank God. Now, you are in a country where you have to be collective. Krishna won't spare you unless and until you are collective or you give up this nonsense of skin deep differences, then religious differences. He had a friend who was lame by one leg. He had some friends who were very black. He had some friends who were quite Indian white, I shouldn't say white like you people, but Indian white. He had all kinds of colors. And he took his own birth in the Yadav Vansh. They were milk sellers, milkmen, who used to sell milk to people. He didn't take his birth in a very royal family like Sri Rama. Though he was, because later on he became the king of Dwarika. But in his style, in his behavior, in his life, nobody could see that he was a royal personality. He could sleep under a tree. He could eat anything that he could get. All kinds of sweet, sweet stories you can read in his life, showing how he was enjoying his collectivity, never showing off. And his collectivity has to be worked out in this country. Unless and until it is done from your heart, it's not going to work out.
परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, आज के इस सामूहिक ध्यान के लिए आपको अनंत कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि धन्यवाद। हम सभी श्री माता जी को प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी।